Tozan Mandabadala. Welcome to my channel. I know it's been quite a while. Well, a lot happens over time. And as you know that in order for us to create content, we need to be inspired. And sometimes with Abogogo, it depends who is prominent at the time. But also, I've just been hectically busy with Abogogo work. So I needed to wait until there is adequate time for me to do what I need to do. Thokozani, Unjani, how are you? And also I'm a perfectionist. If I don't feel like, zhuzhing up and looking the part for you, I find that I don't really want to come and just just be looking all gray and bland. I have to make sure that I come and look, and feel up to it. So Zanbogogo, welcome to the channel. And if you are new, please don't forget to share, like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification button so that you know whenever we produce content. There's something, I know, even though I disappeared in terms of spoken content, but there's been a lot of content that has been going up on the channel. So I hope you are learning something and you are enjoying everything that has been put out there for you. So let's proceed. Where were we? Today I want to talk about the importance of understanding your calling, and particularly answering a question that someone posed to me: did I ever consider blocking my calling, or ignoring my calling, or evading the calling? Yes. That is the true and honest answer. I cannot pretend that I was like, oh, Bokoko. Yes, thank you. You can make me Ukoko. You can make me a Sangoma. No, that is not the honest truth. I don't think any normal person would okay, I've heard one person who said to me they were excited to know that they were going to be a Sangoma, and I understood because they were married to a Sangoma, so it was kind of like a marriage thing for them, But at the same time, I wonder as well if it was a case of, I'm in this space, I have no choice, I have to do this. And so the excitement was from, oh, we are married double, we are married in the flesh, and we are married in spirit. So there's that. So yes, I did consider not blocking, but evading the calling. Because I've met people who are excitable and excited by the thought of being a Sangoma. I don't know, people have this assumption that you become this powerful, feared, and revered person, and as a result, they kind of think, oh, I'm going to have extra powers, and people are not just going to mess with me, and all of that. Being a Sangoma is a burden, Bandana Betluzi. It is a burden and a half, because even your life is not as normal as it was before. Well, I suppose for some people they make it normal for themselves. It depends as well on the type of amadlozi that you have, and as well your commitment to your calling. Because for me, I don't want to mess around with my calling. I don't want to mess around with my gift. And as a result, I try to sanctify myself as much as possible. Make sure that I stay within the perimeters of Idlozi and the calling. Guys, cleansing is a lot of work. It's a lot of hard work, and correcting is a lot of hard work. There's this head that just keeps one sit still, just wants to go its own way. Anyway, let me not be distracted. So, in terms of me trying to evade my calling, yes, I did. Because you start thinking that I've got my life, and now all of a sudden I have to give up so many things. And honestly, you don't know how much you have to give up until you actually do give those up, or those are taken away from you, including friends, including acquaintances, including comforts. So, in terms of those, yes, you do think about which, maybe I shouldn't embark on this journey. But honestly speaking, it does not give you a choice. You just have to. So, what are some of the ways that people would use to evade the calling? Some would make an excuse. I've had people who say that they go bangxolela amadlozi or abantu abadala, meaning they go to the kraal, and then they will start talking in a harsh manner, in an unpleading manner, to the guiding spirits or the ancestors, and ask them. Some will ask, some will tell, the ancestors that no, you cannot be taking this child now through this journey. They are still young. I mean, can't you pass it to someone else? So there's those instances. And most of the time you find that the person whom that is done for, they are at the mercy of everybody else. Some will not even be, they will be young, so they have no choice in the matter, even though they are the ones who are going to suffer the consequences. Some, it's a matter of the family deciding that in this family we don't have a sangoma, or any sangoma rituals that were conducted before, or any engagements with abangoma and the ancestral gift. It was blocked years ago by the family. Therefore, we do not necessarily need to honor it, even though the calling itself is saying, hey, I'm here and I ain't going away. But people will make attempts. Now, what are the consequences of that? I've heard people who, for instance, the family will go and plead with the ancestors and say, okay, this child needs to allow them to finish school, and then you can then do as you please with them. Then when the child has finished school, they forgot to say how far when they're talking about school. So they would be talking until matric, and then it comes back again, the calling intensifies. Then they will say no until they start working. And remember, this person is excited now when they start working, and they've forgotten about the promise, and the gift says, haha, I'm back. So those are some of the ways, and some people will even go as far as slaughtering and then saying, can you pass the gift to someone of a lesser important status in our family? With the assumption that, because there's the whole assumption that having abogogo or being ugogo is not for people who are cultured. It's not for people, with discerning tastes, who are highly educated. It's for ordinary people, people who on any day are okay to kneel down, who are okay to wake up at 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. and bath with cold water, who are okay with walking up the mountains and going up to pray, who are okay with going to dig muti, who are okay with just wearing amahia, which is the ancestral cloths, instead of their high-end labels. So some people in the family will go as far as actually even saying someone's name, can you pass the gift to so-and-so? And obviously that person who then is being named as the one who must take the gift, they would not be present. They would not know that has been done to them. So there's kind of a darkness in that as well. And then for some people, they will, make an appeasement, and ask the ancestors to hold this gift in this generation, perhaps look in the next generation, or to close off the gift. Now, what happens when that is done? I've had clients who come and the gift is like, we gave you 4 generations with no sangomas, now we are back. And it becomes painful. And for some families, they would evade the gift because how it came to the family, it was through dark means, So sometimes the gift was stolen from someone, because it can be stolen as well. The person would have come to the family and worked with the family, and then they killed the person, generations and generations ago, because they wanted the riches, they wanted the knowledge for themselves, and then they started doing funny things. So as a result, the gift in the family becomes dark, and then they close it off. But at some point, it comes back. It is never closed forever. It comes back. Also, in the travelings and the living lifestyle of the children, you might find that sometimes they will go into places that will evoke the gift again. They will have friends whose spirit will evoke the gift again. They will dabble with mutis that will evoke the spirit again. So there's a whole lot of issues that happens. But the question was, did I ever consider evading the gift? Yes, I did. And for years, I remember in Cape Town, there used to be this lady she is Igqirha, which is the Xhosa diviner. And I used to have this corner where I had like these rocks, sea rocks and seashells. I kind of created my own sea in a way. And I did not understand what I was doing, but somehow I did not realize that that which is in me, that which I am, was actually manifesting itself, kind of giving me a hint that this is the kind of person you are. So this diviner used to come, and she'd come to my place, and the first thing she asked for is brandy. And I used to always have wine and brandy, and she would say, give me something from Emgauleni. And I used to refuse to keep the wines and the brandies in that space, because I kind of felt they did not belong there. But for her, she could see who I am. She knew who I am, and she used to say, one day, you will do it. And I suppose as well, for me, it was kind of, in hindsight, I was appeasing Amadlozi or the spiritual gift not to manifest so highly, and I was hiding behind being an artist, saying that, through art, I do poetry, I do praise singing, I do storytelling. Therefore, I do not need to, I will, continue doing the artistic work. But what you don't realize is that as an artist, you are actually quite vulnerable to your spiritual gift, because you kind of tease your guiding spirits, because you take on these different shapes and forms when you're doing your acting or whatever you are doing in terms of art. And in a way, you kind of tantalizing their appetite, because now they can see that you can take on and bring to life so many. And they're like, but why can't you bring us to life? Why can't you allow us to take our place in you? So, yes, I did consider evading it. I attempted unsuccessfully until it brought me to my knees, making me lose everything. I mean, everything. And by then, it was, the next step was for me to lose my mind, because you look, it's things are not making sense, and also in evading my gift as well, I actually made myself vulnerable to dark forces, because they know you've got the gift. There was someone I got involved with. I don't know how that came about, but it came about. And this person was someone who, he was, let me keep this story for another day. The question was, did I ever consider evading or blocking my gift? Yes, I did evade it. Blocking is another story, because blocking your gift also means that you block your life, because you are your gift. Your gift is you. So, yes, there are ceremonies that people do to block the gift. But when you flip the coin, there is something that happens on the other side. And therefore, you think you're blocking the gift without realizing that you are the gift. So you block yourself, you block other things. So in terms of blocking, no, I never considered blocking. In terms of evading, yes, I was utomponsi, always denying anybody who said, would say to me, I see all these people around you, all these, it was mostly male, male energy. People always picked up the male energy around me. They'll say, we see lamakehlo hamba now. And I'd be like, we all have spirit guides. Therefore, you are seeing my spirit guides. It doesn't mean anything. And I was like, I am not going to admit that I know, but I knew. So, yeah, that was me, but it was not wise. I realized, and eventually I decided, let me accept and do the things and make the pots. So, let's meet on the next video as I peel the layers. And for me, what I've found in terms of my journey and my teachings, I'm tapping a lot into personal experiences, as there is a resonance that needs to happen with someone who watches this video. I'm called to personalize the story, to kind of normalize and also take you back, and also allow you to kind of tap and say, yeah, that's me. I know, I feel, I see, I touch, I do all the things. So Thokozani Bokhokho, see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button. Thokozani.